morning. So I wanted to just make sure everyone's understanding how to multiply binomials. Again, it's very tempting just to look up the answers, but eventually you're going to get tested on this, so you need to know how to do it. If you look in the book, it gives like 3 different ways. One way is using the distributive property. One is using a table. I like to call that using a box. And there's one called the FOIL method. Use whatever way you want. Okay, the ones I really stress is just either distribute or use the box, which is called the area model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do problem number 4 because I'm seeing either some mistakes or people just writing down answers, and I can tell they're not really understanding what they're doing. So for example, number 4, it says, let me write it up over here, y plus 6 and then y plus 7. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do both methods. So let me make that larger. So if you're going to do the distributive property method, which is the most common way, it's when you you ignore the 6 and you focus on the y, and you distribute just the y. So you do y times y, which is y squared, y times 7, which is 7y. Then you move on to distributing the 6. So the 6 now gets distributed to the y, which is 6y. And the 6 gets distributed to the 7, which is 42. And then all that's left now is to combine the middle. So your answer is going to be y squared plus 13y plus 42. So that's your final answer. That's the distributive property method. If you want to use the area model, which to be honest with you, some people hate it. I like it. That's the way I learned it in high school, but you don't have to do it. And if you're familiar with Punnett squares in science, this will look really familiar. So it's where you make a box. I know in the textbook it calls it a table, but it's just a box. And I'm making it into 4 squares because the first part is y plus 6. That has 2 terms. And then the other one is y plus 7. That's another 2 terms. So along each edge, I'm going to put y and then a positive 6. And then on the other side, I'm going to put y and a positive 7. And then all I'm doing is finding the area of each box. So this area is y times y. So that's y squared. This is 6 times y. So this is 6y. This is y times 7. So this is 7y. And this is 7 times 6. So this is going to be 42. And you get the same numbers. You get y squared. You have 42, which is right there. And then the 13 comes from combining the 6y and the 7y and adding them together because they're like terms. So that's where that comes from. So whatever way you want to do it, go for it. So there's number 4. So I just did the first problem for you. Okay, and I'm sure I'm going to run out of time here soon. So I'm going to go ahead and make a second video explaining the next problem in case this isn't enough help for you.